Yesterday in writing workshop, we wrote rough drafts with all we know about the person that we're writing our biography on. And you may have noticed that you didn't know a lot about your person, or maybe there were holes in their biography and parts of their life where you didn't have a lot of information. So today, we are going to uncover those areas of our person's life that we don't know much about, and we are going to write interview questions. And you're actually going to interview your person, or maybe someone who knows your person very well, to kind of fill in those gaps and find information about those parts of their life that we don't know a lot about. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to revisit our drafts from yesterday. So this was my rough draft that I finished up yesterday about my grandpa, and I'm going to read it out loud to you. And as I do, I'm going to be thinking about what parts I need more information on. So for today's lesson, you are going to need your writing journal, your rough draft, and I'm using a different colored pen so that it's going to stand out when I write on my rough draft. So go ahead and get your materials. If you need to pause the video, do that now. Your writing journal and a different colored pen or colored pencil. Okay, so I'm going to read my rough draft out loud to you. And you're going to do this with your own rough draft in just a few minutes. My grandfather grew up in California. He joined the military from a young age. When he moved to Germany as a soldier, he met my grandma. Together they had 7 children. I'm going to stop here. So I know that he joined the military from as young as he could, I think age 18 or so. But I have no information here about his childhood and where he grew up and what he was like as a kid. So I'm going to make a little star or heart or fireworks, some kind of symbol where I need more information. So right here, I'm going to write my little star. So I know he grew up in California, but that's all I know. On my next page, I'm going to write down an interview question that I can ask my grandpa to learn more about his childhood. So go ahead and do this now. Can you open up your notebook and maybe on the next page, after your biography draft, title it Interview Questions. I'll give you 20 seconds to go ahead and do that. Okay, so remember, we're going to write a little symbol in spots where we need more information. Then we're going to write a question that we can ask our person to find out more. So I want to know, what was his childhood like? What did he do as a kid? What did he do for fun? What kind of food did he eat? So on this page, I'm going to use my same symbol and write my question. What was your childhood like? Remember, questions always end in question marks. All right, let's keep reading. Remember, you're just watching me for now, and in a few minutes, you're going to do this with your own draft. Okay, so I finished here. Together, they had 7 children. Later on, my grandfather fought in the Vietnam War. He was part of the Green Berets, a special branch of the military. They had to go through very tough training to become a Green Beret. My grandpa never gave up. Okay, might be easy for me to look at this paragraph and say, you know what, I have a ton of information. I don't need any more. but as a writer, we want to push ourselves, right? To be even better. So I think I could find out more about the type of training he had to go through. So I'm going to use my symbol again. And on my interview questions page, I'm going to skip some lines because I'm going to be interviewing my grandpa in the next few days. So I'm going to leave some space so I can write down the information he gives me. So I'm going to skip some lines, and I might put my symbol here. And my next question is, what kind of training did you have to go through to become a Green Beret? All right. My grandpa never gave up. When he was older and retired, he became a JROTC teacher. He inspired young adults to reach their goals and work hard. Some of his students are now in the military. So let's think of a question that I can ask my grandpa to kind of get some more information about maybe his time as a JROTC teacher. Maybe I can ask him, why did he become a JROTC teacher? What led him to make a decision to, or I can ask him, why did he retire from the military? Let's see. Let me put my symbol here. And I'm going to skip some lines again. And my new question, I want to ask him, why did you retire from the military? And do you remember when we were talking about things that Alan Say does really well in his biographies? And one of the things that he did well was he shared his grandfather's thoughts and feelings. I can even ask my grandpa some questions about how did he feel about being part of the military, or how did he feel about retiring from the military? So I'll write that question maybe on the back. How did you feel about being in the military? All right, let's finish reading my draft. So today he lives in California with my grandma, Lori. He loves spending time with his grandkids and great-grandkids. Can you think of a question I could ask? Maybe I could ask him, how else does he like to spend his time now that he's retired? Or what's his favorite thing about being a grandpa? So now it's your turn. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to reread your draft that you wrote yesterday, and you're going to pick a symbol. Maybe it's a star or a heart or a firework. And that's going to show that you need more information. And you're going to write down your interview questions on the next page in your notebook. All right, you'll have about 10 minutes to do this. Go ahead and get started.